Hello, my yarny friends. Welcome back to another episode of A Rambling Yarn. This is my podcast, my little tiny podcast, where I like to ramble about the projects that I have in my needles, my crochet hook, and on occasion, other things. One of these days I will show you one of the other random things that I am also working on, but all in the spectrum of the lovely fiber arts. If you are a returning viewer, you have no idea how appreciative I am of you in my really tiny little corner of YouTube. I really appreciate you. And if you are a new viewer, I'm really excited that you've stumbled on my little tiny channel. I know that it's been a couple of years in the making. There's not a whole lot of content on here. It is really just a labor of love and more or less a video diary of what I've been working on. But honestly, I do honestly have fun making these videos for you guys and for me to watch back and be like, oh yeah, I made that. Or, oh yeah, look how much progress I've made from, I've been knitting for not a short amount of time and crocheting and needle plinting and all of that. But like, even to see as someone who is like relatively experienced, the self-progress that you can make from one year to another when you're able to look back on things, it is amazing. And to have people who can do that with me or alongside me as you look at your own progress and your own growth, that is really amazing. I want to apologize. I am currently recording. It is a little later at night. I live literally right on the coast. Like, the ocean is... I say almost every single time when I describe where I am, the ocean is in my front yard. That is not a joke, and one of these days I will insert like a little clip of like my view of the ocean from my front door. But when I say the ocean is in my front yard, what I mean is if there is a really bad storm and it's really windy and the waves are really, really high, it comes into my driveway. That is what I mean. So not a whole lot has changed, I guess, since my last podcast. I'm trying to think what I showed in the last one. I think in the last episode I showed this cardigan, which is this is the Maine cardigan by Pip and Pin, knit in all Fiber for the People colorways, and it has become one of my absolute just go-to cardigans. Anyways, so that is what this is. And it's just been a winter staple for me in home. Obviously, I can't wear this outside because this will not keep me warm in like negative 15 degrees. But it's really warm inside. So the last time that I think I released an episode, it was around Thanksgiving, rounding up kind of my autumn works in progress and trying to get done. Since then, I visited my family in Connecticut with my two little boys while my husband was away on his boat. So that brings us up until Christmas. My husband came home a couple of days early. He was supposed to be gone like just over Christmas, coming home like a day or two afterwards, but he came home early. They let the people with small children come home early, which was really wonderful. And then the day after Christmas, we also found out that he brought COVID home to our family, which was really great. It could have been so much worse. And I'm really glad it wasn't. But we're all fine now. We're good. We're good. Would I ever want to go through that again? No, absolutely not. That was awful. It was really tiring. It was exhausting. It was ridiculous and it was awful. And it just like lingered for so ridiculously long. I don't want to do that again. So I'm pretty sure I know where it came from. I don't want to do that again. Anyways, we are all better now. So moving on to works in progress. I am still working on the pair of mittens that I showed in my last episode, which is following the pattern of the World's Simplest Mittens by Tin Can Knits, which is absolutely wonderful and I love it. I finished my first pair, or not my first pair, my first single mitten. I don't have it in the room right now with me though. And I am currently working on the second mitten. Unfortunately, because of my needle situation and my, I guess my cable situation, because I typically work with a pair of, not a pair, but a set of interchangeable needles. I have actually needed to really quickly use the size of needle, which I think is a size 4 off the top of my head, a size 4 needle for another project, which is slightly more time sensitive as far as it needing to go to somebody else who actually needs it and not just me. If it's a project for me, like I am more than willing to put it aside for a little bit and wait for another season. It's just me, it's fine. But I am using that size of needle for another project. So, and mittens do not take very long. They really don't. So I was more than happy to just, I got basically the whole cuff done of the second mitten and I've put it aside. And I've been using the yarn that I've gotten, I want to say for a birthday present from one of my best friends, Bella, who you can find at Fiber and Fox. She gifted me this beautiful kind of purpley speckled yarn and a skein of really like deep purple mohair, which is just absolutely delicious. I may actually, I don't know, I may have them. Hold on. It's this. Okay. This is my mitten, my first mitten that's finished. And it's beautiful and it's purple and it's got this deep purple mohair in it and a lovely little stitch marker. It's that. So I am currently working on the second one, but I have put it aside for now because I'm actually working on a hat, which required the same needle size and I only have that needle. So, and the hat is not for me, it's for my husband. And I would really like to have him have it in this cold weather for work. It is for work. So this will be put aside and I'm okay with that. Cat. Anyways, so I am working on, it's a beanie. It's just going to be a beanie. It is actually what, if you're familiar with fishing or the military, this is what they call a watch cap, which is a beanie that requires it to be in regulation. It has to be actually like rolled up in order to be in regulation. And for his work has to be black. So I actually ordered a skein of the colorway Sable from Fiber for the People. This is in her Signature Solids collection and it is covered in cat hair. Please don't look too closely. And I am currently, I do not have a pattern for this. I am working on it. This is her Signature Solid. It is sport weight superwash yarn. And I cast on like 128 stitches. I was roughly following another pattern that I had for something else. Oh yeah, I made the name is German, so please forgive me. It's like Musselburgh hat. It is one that actually very recently has become very popular in social media, and it's knit. It's a double layered hat. So you knit it from the top, and you increase until you get to your head width, and then you knit a ridiculously never-ending tube, and then you decrease again, and you fold it up, and it is double layered. Extremely simple, really wonderful pattern. I knit one of those for my brother's girlfriend. I'll see if maybe she can give me some photos, but I knit one of those, and I am using roughly the same kind of gauge, I guess, for this hat. I'm doing this in a 1x1 rib, being knit 1, purl 1 through the back loop, run around, but not doing a whole inverted hat part. I'm just doing from the brim, bottom, up, and then I'll be decreasing. I haven't decided if I want to decrease in the round or if I want to pick. I'm kind of leaning towards more having fixed points and decreasing together, because that's how his other big boxed manufactured watch caps are. So I think that that's probably how I will do it. But for a few years now, because I mean, he's been wearing this for forever. Not this, but he's been wearing a watch cap since, you know, he started this military career. And whether or not he continues with the military career, he'll still wear this anyways. But to be able to make him something that is made out of wool, that will really keep his head warm, that's like made with love by hand, I would really like to do that for him, regardless of, you know, whether he stays in for a lifetime or just, you know. So this will be his watch cap, and I'm excited. The only thing is 1x1 ribbing. Knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. I'm a pretty decently fast knitter, but knit 1, purl 1 is like the bane of my existence when you have to do it for like 10 inches or whatever. So I'm trying to get this done as fast as I can. But this feels like it's taking forever. But it's really great. The colorway is sable. Excuse the cat hair, because I have cats, and their hair just shows up literally everywhere. And it's black, so there's nothing I can do about this. But yeah, I've been knitting 1 and then purling 1 through the back loop, which makes it really easy when it comes to flipping it over and you don't have any twisted stitches. So that's perfect. I love you too. Where are you?
I'm here.
Hi. I love you too, you sneaky boy. Oh, he loves me. That's really great. I love him too. Anyways, so that's what I've got. I love you too. Why is he in here? I don't know. He found his way in here and he just is in here. I was like in the middle of talking and then all of a sudden I just hear out the door, I love you. Like, I love you.
Love you.
I love you too. The second works in progress that I have is a pattern called the crunkled socks. Crunkled. Like crinkled, but crunkled. And is really tied up in my noodles right now. But it is really, really lovely. And I am using a little mini skein that I got from Bella, which is dyed by Lane and Lotus. It's dyed by Lane and Lotus. I actually do not know what colorway it is, and on her website I actually have not been able to find a colorway that is quite similar, so I don't know if it was just like in a pack of minis, like a special mini set that she dyed. I'm not 100% sure. But it's showing up a little bit more pink here. But it is very purple. It is more lilac-y purple with some hints of gray, and I really love it. So I've been using that, and that might help a little bit. There we go. And then she also gifted me this skein of yarn. It's called I've seen these before. Zauberball, like the crazy ball. It's a German yarn, and it's like a 2-ply with, I don't know, it looks like hand spun yarn. It kind of looks like if you were to buy Spin Cycle yarn, but it's not Spin Cycle. It's Zauberball. It's German. I don't know. But it's really fun. It's really fun and exciting, and it's full of so many blues and different shades of purples, and those are some of my favorite colors. So I've been having a lot of fun with this, and I am currently working it on, I'm doing 64 stitches on a size 4 needle, and I am actually starting to rethink my choices. I feel like I am usually a very tight knitter. When I was originally handling this yarn, when I was winding it up into a cake, to me, I know it's a fingering yarn, but it felt maybe more like a heavier fingering weight, more like a Patton's crawl or something like that. And for that, I usually use a size 2 needle. For other hand-dyed fingering weights, I usually use a size 1. So I started out on a size 2 needle, which is what I have it on now, and I've only tried it on once, but I'm wondering if I can squeeze by with the size 2 needle, or if my gauge is going to be just a little bit too big. Now that I have gotten, it feels very comfortable on my ankle, but that is probably because of this kind of like elongated broken rib situation that's going on up here, which gives it that crunkled feeling, which I love. I love this because it's got definition. It's really fun, and I really do enjoy it, and it goes by really quickly. So if you are actually, I will put the name of the designer up on the screen. If you are looking for a ribbed design, but one that's not just like eternally knitting, like knit 2, purl 2, or knit 3, purl 1, or something like that, this is really enjoyable. It's gone by really fast. If I have to take this out and restart it with a size 1 needle, I'll be a little bit like, bleh, but at the same time, it goes so fast. It's not going to be that big of a deal. It's great. I will happily do this again. It's not going to cause that big of an issue. And it's a sock. It's a sock. I've frogged 2 sweaters in the past year and made like almost 4 sweaters because I had to frog 2 of them to do it. So it's a sock. It's going to be fine. But yeah, I'm starting to question, now that I've gotten to the foot part, since the bottom of the foot is just stockinette, if maybe I should have started this whole project out on size 1 needles. I'll probably do a couple more rounds, try it on again, and try to gauge the elasticity and if it's hugging my foot, because I do not gauge for my socks. I don't gauge for socks when I knit socks. I don't do gauge socks. It's a sock. I don't swatch for socks. I also am really lazy and I don't block socks. It's a sock. It's gonna be on my foot. It's gonna be under pants. It's gonna be in shoes. It's on my foot. And if it's not a lace patterned sock, I'm not blocking a sock. That's just where I'm at right now. And if you feel differently, like, go for it. Block your socks, gauge for your socks, more power to you. I am tired. I am lazy. I'm not blocking or gauging my socks. Anyways, I have been using a Christmas gift, which was given to me by my mom, and they're these really adorable laser printed wooden stitch markers that are all just little plants. They're little plants. Oh my goodness. I can't even. They are made by Capital Maker, which you can find at capitalmaker.com. I don't know if she has an Etsy or not. I don't have a tag to go with it. But capitalmaker.com. CAPITOL, in case you need to know how to spell that. And every single one that she's gotten, let's see if I can get them. They're all little tiny. I love plants. Don't put this on my face. I love plants. And my mom knows that. She knows that I'm a little bit of a plant lady. So all of these are little tiny. They're, as far as I can tell, I don't know anything about woodworking or anything, but I think they're laser cut, laser engraved. Little like succulents and cactuses, and are succulents and cactuses the same thing? I don't actually know. I like plants, but I'll be honest, I don't know as much about plants as I probably should for someone who has a lot of plants in my house. Anyways, they're adorable and I love them. Capital Maker, they're so cute. So I'm using one of these little guys on my sock, which I will probably restart due to my own fault and not the fault of the pattern or the designer. It's me. It's just me. And either overconfidence or underconfidence, I don't know. Oh my goodness, that was so cute. I can't wait to use this one. Look at those cute little cactuses. Okay. Anyways, oh, one more. Hold on, there's one more. Yeah, so I'll probably restart these socks. I think I'll give them maybe a couple more rounds. They've flown off my needles, whether it's been due to the needle size or the yarn gauge or me, I don't know, or the pattern. The pattern just being ridiculously just like, it just feels like it goes by really fast. I don't have anything super huge going on right now. It's basically that hat and these, oh my gosh, these are so cute. And these, these socks. Those are the main projects that I am working on. They're the only projects. Goodness. Okay, here we go. There you go. Oh, that's beautiful. Capital Maker. They're adorable. They're really cute. I don't know if you can find them on Etsy, but capitalmaker.com. You can find those adorable little cactus succulent stitch markers. So that completes my work in progress section. So let's move on to my finished objects. So I've talked about this quite a bit. I don't know if I will get a super like finished shot of this, but I, for the past, embarrassingly, I'm sorry, Mom! I've been making my mother a shawl, and it's made of cotton, so I'm assuming it's probably going to stretch a little bit because cotton gets really heavy when it's wet. I'm probably going to be giving it its blocking bath tonight. But cotton can stretch more than you might think, because yeah, it's a really heavy fiber. But this originally actually was a cardigan, in a really beautiful cardigan, which you can find. It's designed by Fiber and Fox. This is the Minoa Cardi, or it was the Minoa Cardi. I used this colorway and I made that cardigan, and unfortunately, the size that I made it for my mother, who does not live in the same state as me. She's a very tiny lady. I am not a very tiny lady. And I was guesstimating her size, but I did not have her, and also wanted it to be a surprise. I didn't have her around to measure all the things. Ended up being a little too small in some places, but at the same time, she really liked the shawl that I had just made for myself, but really liked the colors that I had used for the Minoa Cardi, which she still really wants. By the way, Bella, she still really wants that cardigan. I will make it for her. So I unraveled the whole thing. And this has no pattern. I did not follow any sort of pattern that I found anywhere. I just kind of did it, and I'm sure you probably can find a very similar pattern on Ravelry or Pinterest, or, I mean, I'll be honest, it's just you're single crocheting for a few rows and then double crochet with a border. That's all it is. Anyways, so I did this. So this is finally done. It needs to be blocked, but it is done, and I'm excited, and it's gonna be great. Because she's a really tiny lady, she gets really cold even in the summer because they're blasting the AC in her office. So I figured this would be really great. It actually really reminds me of like Neapolitan ice cream. I hope she doesn't think that. But it's done, and I'm really excited, really happy, and I'm trying to decide if these ends need tassels. Do they need tassels? Tell me. Is everything better with tassels? I don't know. Some people say yes. Some people are very in camp tassel. Daddy and Teddy are downstairs. Anyways, tassels are great. Technically I have 3 finished items. So I have the scarf, shawl. I have a hat. I made the Musselburgh hat, which seems to be all the rage, which I've had in my library, and I've kind of been like, I don't know, I've been like daydreaming about knitting because it's very simple. It looks very simple. I've had it in my library for a couple of years and I've just never gotten to it. But I made one this past year. I will try to get a photo. I made it for my brother's girlfriend, who I adore, and also she wants to learn how to knit, you guys. Like, she is knit worthy. She wants to learn how to knit. Go away! I love you too! Okay, I'm finishing this podcast. I have like 5 minutes left. I have 5 minutes of camera time left. Goodbye! So I made her a hat. She is desperate. She is determined to learn how to knit. So I knit her something because I love her. I love her so much. She's wonderful. Anyways, so I made that. I don't have it because I gifted it to her for Christmas. And the only other finished object that I have right now is this, which is unblocked. So pardon, it's like a little frilly. It needs to be blocked and stretched and good, you know, all that good stuff. But it is like and I don't know, I'm thinking about doing like in this gold color, doing like a line, like a border within a border sort of thing. It's like it's not a placemat, but it's something that you would like maybe put that's like really nice looking, like on a table under a bowl of something fancy. If you live in a house that doesn't have small children that like do stuff, I don't know, it's a decorative table setting. I don't know, but it's gonna be awesome for my mother, who also doesn't have small children, who will take things off of tables and do all of that stuff. So this is the only other. I also didn't have a pattern for this. It's got a really cool little, it's not, I almost did a picot border and then I didn't. I ended up doing like I don't know. It's not scalloped, kind of a ridged. I don't know. Bella, what do you call this? I don't know. I don't know what you call this. But it's just, I don't know, it's really basic. Anyways, I made that. So those are my finished objects. Those are my works in progress. I'm thinking about doing, I ordered, along with my yarn that I did for the hat, I actually ordered another green color called yucca, which is a plant by Far for the People, but in mohair, and I'm thinking about incorporating that with I have a couple of these in singles, which is called Pear, in the Fine Feathered Friends. I always want to say Birds of a Feather, but it's Fine Feathered Friends or Feathered Friends. I don't know. It's a really cool looking shawl that incorporates fingering singles and mohair by Drea Renee Knits, Andrea Mowry, who is also a Maine, not native, she's not native, liver. She dwells in Maine as well as me. I am not native, neither is she. Anyways, I'm thinking about doing that. So I'm just waiting on that to arrive. And yeah. That's really all I have. My camera is about to die at almost any second. I really hope that you all had wonderful holidays, whether you celebrated certain holidays or not. And I hope that the rest of this winter is fantastic and we all get to garden soon, because that's what I'm thinking about. Thanks for following me. I hope you enjoy your crafting. I hope you stay warm. I hope you stay, well, I don't know, I guess I just hope you stay warm. It's cold out there. Man, that wind is loud. Well, thanks for following. I hope you stay warm. I hope you constantly have projects on your needles or your hooks. And we'll probably see you sometime in the spring. See you later. Bye.